This is a video on male fashion. I watched the vice chairman of General Electric for Asia start a speech at the American Chamber of Commerce in Tokyo, with the first 2 minutes being kissing up to the top monkey chairman of General Electric in America, saying for 2 minutes how much smarter the chairman in America is than I am. To watch a big monkey at the age of 60 kiss up to another monkey for the first 2 minutes of a speech 10,000 miles away from the big monkey, it's embarrassing. and uh, and so, given that much banana in each male, and given the fact that most of the great males in history were mass killers because the hormones between their legs were bigger than their brain, um, the topic of this video, male fashion, it's not surprising that the cowardly little monkeys all dress alike. And you have this lovely contradiction of the top monkeys paying $7,000 or $10,000 a suit so that they look much, much more important than the $100 a suit monkeys. But the suits are all alike. You go to a men's clothing store and you have, your choice of shades of gray, your choice of shades of navy, your choice of shades of black. And, where did all this darkness come from? Well, being an employee is a really, 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 really bad deal. It's enough to make anybody wear black for the rest of their life. It's like pre-death. Practice killing yourself. Uh, You're the vice chairman of General Electric for Asia at the age of 60, standing up and for the first 2 minutes telling everybody in the world publicly how much smarter the top monkey is back there in headquarters in America. Just to make sure the top monkey knows that I'm a loyal subordinate monkey. Yes, sir, I'm a very loyal subordinate monkey. Yes, sir. I'm in my place. I know my place. Give me $1 million. Give me $10 million. Give me $50 million. I'm in my place. I can buy houses. Woo! I can buy so much stuff with all that money. Yeah, but I'm in my place. I'm a good monkey. I'm a good monkey. So the darkness goes with that kind of a life, and is very appropriate to it. It's pre-death life. It's a pre-death clothing, um, and for in our species, the women are the bright things. It's as if their breasts and their hips and their hip to waist ratio and their painted faces and their smooth skin wasn't enough to attract the male attention, so they need peacock colors and glitter. In a attraction sense, it doesn't make a lot of sense for women to add the glitter and the color, given that for the male brain, their bodies are immense, powerful magnets for male attention. All of the lives of males. Um, so you really wonder how the we need more decoration got to be so important for them. And they have their own fascinating contradiction, which is I'm going to wear clothes which suggests that I'm naked as much as possible while making me look modest. And it's fun. It's a great art boundary for inventors and designers to try to figure out how to do both of those opposite things. And similarly, it's a great paradox and challenge for designers to figure out how to make a bunch of already dead males, uh, being in their proper little monkey place, wear an exciting shade of black. It's the big shoulders to make them look important. The women are not looking at the shoulders, they're looking at how wealthy the guy is. And the wealthiness of the guy turns out when you investigate it, is conveyed more by how they walk, their stature when they walk and sit down, how they hold their body, and how they interact, how they can be observed interacting with the people around them. And there's the what I like to call the Jesse Jackson walk, because my wife saw Jesse Jackson walk through the Detroit airport, and she didn't at first for 10 minutes recognize who he was, but she saw this elegant glide with the really erect shoulders back stance and this slow, elegant lope as he walked, and these graceful, power-emitting hand gestures and relaxed, rhythmic arm motions. Everybody else is hurried looking, like the task is more important than I am. And he was the only one in the airport that was more important than all the tasks in life. And she pointed it out to me, and I watched it for a few minutes, and I sort of got the language, the syntax of looking powerful and rich. I had an employee at Xerox. I won't mention his name, but he had read a bunch of comic books and magazines about what powerful men look like, and it was silk shirts, tan chest, gold chain around the neck, and quadraphonic boombox stereos in a low hanging red car that looked roughly like a penis. So he got himself a penis-looking low red car and gold chains and a tan chest and a silk shirt, stood out in this park in Rochester, New York, opened the doors to his car, and boom, turned up the volume on his boombox and waited for the girls to flock to him. And I went there. I heard about him. My employees told me, so I went there to see him one night and save him from himself. And the two girls next to me were saying, I've never seen that many cliches in one person before. I don't think it was working in terms of opening the legs of the ladies in the way that he wanted. I think that he sort of needs to upgrade the magazines he reads, but you can find a lot of CEOs on the same wavelength he is. I won't mention the year because I don't want to embarrass the guy, but there's a CEO of Brunswick Corporation that I observed, and just he was looking at every skirt, and we had 1,000 people in the room, and he was looking at every skirt and every curve to see whether he could charm one of them, to go with him that night. Um, there's just nothing left. He's got no dream, and it's like truck drivers. And you go to the Japanese countryside, you drive through rice field and rice field and rice field, and then you find this concrete block with three machines filled with naked ladies and sexual toys, right in the middle of the countryside. And then you drive on and on to the rice field, and all these farmers are 70, 80 years old. So you really wonder, are they all like growing rice, masturbating, growing rice, masturbating, growing rice, masturbating at 70 years old? What is the purpose? And then I realized one day that all these are for truck drivers. And so CEOs are sort of like truck drivers in that they both have really boring jobs where you really don't have any freedom of maneuver. You're just constantly at the beck and call of constituencies all day. Truck drivers, you've got to pay attention to the road or it kills you. So it's total attention, but nothing interesting. And CEOs, it's the same. Total attention to all the stupid little underlings you have to meet with every day and pretend to encourage. And then God save me from meeting another human face the rest of my life, and let me get an island in Anguilla and not see another human being for the last 30 years. And I don't blame them.